Welcome to your weekend focus for October the 13th and the 14th, 2018. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, truly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And I truly do send it right back at you. Thank you, truly. So let's see what the cards have in store for us for the weekend. Now we do have Mercury and Venus conjuncting, sitting next to each other in the sky. So right there, we've got this wanting to step into beauty, love. It's like the planet's vibration raises just a little bit when that happens, because we want to move forward, and we want to move forward in love, in relationships, in experiences, in joys, in finances as well. And we feel that optimism, we feel that presence, even though Venus is in retrograde. It'll ask us to definitely look back to where we have found happiness in the past, and did it give us happiness? And so if it didn't, in what way going forward can I step into that happiness, that joy? How can I allow my self-empowerment to flow through? Let's go see what the cards say. Eight of Swords. Oh, has this card been the figure of the week? Oh my goodness. And I don't even think it came up in that many weeklies, if it came up at all in the weeklies. But here it is in every single day almost. Here we are again. We start the weekend still feeling some kind of barrier, entrapment, or we can't move forward. There's something holding us back. What is it? So this is where we need to look our fear in the eye and say, that's what it is. I'm afraid they won't like me if I do this or I act like that. I won't get the approval of others. I'll lose their respect. I'll lose their, what is it that feeds the ego for you? And usually when you finally stand in your truth, the people that you thought were going to throw you under the bus are usually your greatest supporters, and have been all along. So what do you feel? Because, those swords aren't in the ground that far. You could easily knock them over. And there's no swords in front of you, so you can go forward. We always have a choice, albeit not sometimes the greatest choice. Like, you have a choice whether or not you get out of bed in the morning. Of course you do. Common sense dictates that we need to get dressed and go to work in order to have the things that we want in our lives and do the things that we want to do in our lives. But you still have a choice. It's just not a great option to stay in bed. So we weigh it out and we get out of bed every morning. And if you're not, then reach out to somebody, because you need a hug, for starters. And that's just starters. And don't keep yourself closed in if that's what you're doing right now in your life. Although I don't think the energy will actually promote it too, that you want to get out. So we start off this way. I don't expect the cards to follow suit though. So look at that. I kid you not, the Empress appears. The weekend very quickly changes to what we can step into, what we can create, what we can go forward in. The Empress is one who sits at her throne, and yes, all the kingdoms come to her for wisdom, for guidance, for things they want in their kingdoms. How will she provide? What will she provide? And she can take in all the sage wisdom of everybody who is asking for things, but she gets the final say. So you get the final say in how you're going forward, into that new path, into those new seeds that you're planting. Because she is all about birth and rebirth. She is about fertility. So planting those seeds. We're in new moon energy. So of course, planting those seeds. Seeing what we can manifest. And on Sunday is the 17, which is the star energy. So it is making the impossible possible. It's about believing in ourselves. It's about, and it's the 1 plus 7, right? So it is ourselves, as individuals, unique individuals, standing in our truth. That creates the opportunity to make the impossible possible in our life. And we have been being drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled, I think, for months now about really truly standing in our truth, probably the entire year, because it is an 11 energy. And so we have to stand in our truth. The Eight of Swords could even indicate then an epiphany happening where you see now where you can go forward that you didn't see before because you looked at it. You took the time to look at your fear or your anxiety or your worry. You know, I was married once upon a time and I tried everything in that marriage to make it work. I tried tough love and sweet love, and it just didn't seem to matter what I tried because my parents were of the age and the culture of you get married once. And my parents had a beautiful, beautiful marriage. So I just assumed that all marriages were like that. And I tried everything. And then finally I thought, you know, I just can't do this anymore. I have to tell my parents and they'll disown me and life will go on. And I told them and they said, I can't believe it took you this long. So stop worrying about whether or not somebody else is going to judge you as imperfect or not worthy of them. It is the other way around. And to know that the people that you thought were going to turn their backs on you are the ones who stood the strongest behind you. And they always will be those people. In detriment, the Ace of Swords. So it still is a new path going forward. But it's not going to be that aha moment, that epiphany that we were kind of seeing a couple of days prior. That's when we were going through challenges. That's when the epiphany was going to happen. So yes, there's new roads. And yes, it might even take you a little bit by surprise. But I'm not sure if it's going to be that aha moment like it could have been a couple of days ago for many of us. And it could have been something small, something little. Because those little things in life add up to the big things in life. We look back and we remember that split second where so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that, and something went on off in your head, a little light bulb came on, and you thought of something, and you went forward with that thought, and it got you to where you are now. And you never would have made it had you not overheard that conversation or something. It can be something so small, but you will remember it for years to come. Swords are action. Swords are making the plan, revisiting the plan, understanding. You could get an aha moment over revisiting the plan, absolutely. Of thinking things through and the steps you want to take or where you want to go. It's okay to change your mind when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your vision of tomorrow. You can say, I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to step into this and see where it leads me. We have the Moon card. Standing in your truth. Understanding what true balance would mean to you. Inviting in or maybe releasing that inner warrior, but you know, of feeling free, liberated, to follow your passions, to be your authentic, unique self in some part of your life where you are holding back. You're hiding that gift, that talent, that ability of who you are, and what you have to share with the collective, truly. You're that light under the bucket. And this card is saying, stand in your truth. All these cards are saying, stand in your truth. Believe in yourself. Believe that you are deserving and worthy. Plant those seeds. And it's not going to come in a heartbeat. We get that with the Ace of Swords being in detriment here. It's making us really think about what the new path will look like, what we want it to truly look like. Without making it mundane, without downsizing it in some way to make it more manageable or doable. Or, when we have on October the 14th the Star card as the energy, the 17 as the energy. And, 1 plus 7 is 8. So we are looking to, expand. Expand our horizons, expand our dreams, expand our dreams. To not lessen them. And definitely to be doing them for the right reasons. If it's to feed an ego or it's to get back at somebody or chances are those things are not going to materialize with this kind of energy. In fact, Saturday is the 16 energy, which is the tower, and we even had the tower in detriment this week. So that wasn't fun energy, but we were prepared. And you know what? It probably seemed a lot easier because you knew at some level that chances are things were going to be a little bit abrupt, and I'll just embrace it and see what happens. And look, we're fine. Or maybe we saw some major things in our lives, but it's allowing us to move forward into the path that we need to be in. It's allowing us to step into the path of freedom, liberation, bringing in balance. In the moon card, so often there is a goddess completely naked in the card, on the card, in many of the decks. And it's to say, strip yourself, love yourself, your flaws and all. This is the kind of energy where you stand in the mirror naked and you love yourself. You look past the flaws like you would on a friendship or a lover. No, it's just the shell of really the package. Ten of Pentacles is our last card. Yeah, this is the wish card. This is the happily ever after. So is it good energy to move? I think it's beautiful energy to move through. But we have to look at our fears right now, our anxieties, what is causing it. We could get that little aha moment or that epiphany, I don't think as grand as before, earlier in the week, where it just kind of was like a lightning bolt hitting you. But still, you're going to get that light bulb, that idea, that understanding. And you're going to see that what was potentially holding you back isn't really holding you back, because you can make a different choice. You can try a different reaction, different words, different viewpoints, different perceptions. The Empress, as our second card, she's one of the strongest intuitives in the deck, because your intuition is raised as your wisdom is raised. That is true intuition, is your subconscious and your conscious go together and start working together for a plan. And then you feel that it's the right choice. You've weighed it out. And then you intuitively know the right way forward. The Empress is new seeds being planted, new adventures being taken, new relationships starting, families growing, the fertility of your dreams. And the Ten of Pentacles is your yes card. Your wish will be granted. And I always see, it doesn't look like a lot of people, but to me it's like a lot of people for some reason. So I'm going to think that it's more of groups, societies, families. Yes, there is the one-on-one relationship. It stands in the middle of it all. So maybe it's friendships that are growing, or associations, or partnerships, like-minded people. Maybe it's families. So know that we're all connected and we support each other. We bring in the abundance by helping each other, leaning on each other's talents, abilities, and offering our own in return. The Two of Earth. That's young energy. Pleasurable work, adaptability, balance between work and play. My efforts bring me joy. Play and work are not separate because what I am doing is actually fun. If conditions change, I can switch gears easily. I am fully present in the excitement of creativity and am eager to experience the surprises that occur when the seeds I have planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. This is a time for flexibility and trust in how the universe will shape what is coming into being. One way or another, my dreams manifest in the material world. One way or another, your dreams will manifest in the material world. That is the Ten of Pentacles. My efforts bring me joy, but, if conditions change, I can switch gears. I can look at it in a new way. I can step away from it. I can go forward in a new direction. I can conquer my fears and anxieties. I am fully present in the excitement of creativity, fully excited in my presence of fertility. Eager to experience the surprises that occur when seeds I have planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. Another? Let's do another. The Queen of Fire. The Queen of Fire. And our moon is sitting in fire, isn't it? Queen of Fire. Creative collaboration, soul connections, passion inspired by spirit and artist. I am capable of strong friendships that inspire me and encourage me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with others dedicated to a vision of achieving the highest good for all. How might I join in the dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passions? How might I join in the dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passions? So allow it a little bit this weekend. Stick your toe in the water. See how it feels. Push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone in a healthy way. One more. I've actually had comments of not that card. But I know the subject was dropped a week ago. We kind of lost the trail of patience and moderation. But here it is, the 14. On the 14 energy. So we have, Sunday is, right, October the 14th. So the 14 is symbolized here with patience. This card reminds me that patience will bring me into recognition of and alignment to my purpose. All my needs are met even though I may not see it on the outer visible world. The angels are looking out for me. Moderation in all things is required right now. So what is it you need? What truly has value in your life? We have been going through this. This has been a whole year worth of messages, right? And don't worry, it's going to start to change. We're going to start to feel the presence of the new energy coming in, but this is the time to really, bring it home with all the things that we have had to work through and live through and deal with and decisions and changes over the last year. And that's what happens a lot of the times is people say, I can't do this anymore, and they throw in the towel. So patience, know that it is coming. Know that it isn't going to be easy. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. The 11 is such a beautiful, strong, potent energy for us to work with, and it can bring in the greatest of success. But what does it take? It takes you making the hard decisions in your life in order to bring in the balance. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be like a light switch turning on. It's going to take patience. And so while you are waiting for certain things to come into play and opportunities to open up for you and the right moment to step forward in new ventures, relationships, ways of being, it's time to take stock of what truly is of value in your life. What is weighing you down? Moderation in all things is required right now. When I went, on the trip with my mom, get the animals going here. You can only pack, you got to mind your luggage, right? So, what do I truly need for these 3 to 4 weeks? And at the end of the 3 or 4 weeks on the way back, I thought, I really didn't need too much else that I left at my house. So what is extra energy? Everything isn't energy. Everything, so the more things that you have around you that you simply don't need, it's time to get rid of it because we're going to a 3 energy year. You don't want that kind of energy around. So you're being offered the opportunity right now to, yes, get rid of the clutter, to simplify. And have a patience about where you're going. It's coming. 10 of Pentacles. There were several cards that even said the 10 of Pentacles is there for a reason because it is the yes card. To expect it. Now walk towards it. Start acting it. That's the 11 energy. Cutting out the things that no longer bring value into your life. Bringing in the balance. Being true to yourself. 110% commitment at all times. Walking with integrity. Knowing that you may have to go the long way around. But the rewards are amazing. And we're humans, so we're not going to meet the total mark probably on most of those things. But we're going to hit a level of betterment, of joy, of happiness. Now pay attention to the energy and what it's telling you. Deep rest. Deep rest is the most. How long has it been since we've had the mouse? I think we all could use a day of deep rest. I think the mouse is absolutely right. Lazy sleep, rest, and meditate. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under the tree on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky is by no means a waste of time. Mouse says that it's time for you to make time for laziness. You don't have to be constantly on the go. After all, that is how you become run down. Spend a little time each day or week doing something that you enjoy that is completely frivolous and fun. It could be just an afternoon laying in the hammock, reading a book, watching an old movie, playing with the kids. This is not the time to begin anything new. It's a time for restoring your spirit. And since this is a weekend, even though it's a new moon energy, and that's when, it is time to start new experiences. It's saying that you also need to take time for yourself to rest, recuperate on a daily basis. That you should make a window of opportunity for yourself. That's your time out. Sometimes rest doesn't necessarily have to be sleeping. It's just quieting your mind. Take some time grounding yourself by taking a yoga class, gardening, fishing, and spending time in nature. Spend at least 10 minutes a day meditating or just being in the moment. And you don't have to physically be at your happy place to go to your happy place. It can simply be within your mind. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. 10 minutes is a very long time for somebody really starting to try to meditate or be in the moment, okay? So, you take that deep breath in and you hold and you let it out, or whatever breathing practice that you want to go with, to get your breath slowed down and to start concentrating on your breath and imagining the strength coming in and then pushing the negative and the anxiety out and feeling your body relax, unwind. And then, it's maybe 2 or 3 minutes later that you realize that you've just been daydreaming about anything. So you just recognize that thought and you say, okay, thanks for showing up. You don't judge it, you don't react to it, and just go, my breath. I got to remember my breath and pay attention to the in and the out. And about 3 or 4 seconds later, you'll drift off into some kind of fantasy. But you'll start to understand and start to see the chatter that goes on internally all day, every day, even when you're not paying attention in your mind. Your mind is always working. It doesn't really have that off switch. So through practice, through trying to do it over and over again, you do get better at it. Absolutely. But 10 minutes is a long time to really, you can sit there for 10 minutes, but chances are you paid attention to your breath for about 30 seconds of that 10 minutes. The rest was drifting. But pay attention to those drifts. Where does it take you? Was it productive? Did it join some things and bring it together for you? You can think about it after the meditation. Don't think about it during the meditation, and allow your conscious to look at it at that point. So anyways, take some time for you. Have some fun. Moon's in Sag, so get out if you can. Join up with some people. And remember, Venus and Mercury are coming together. So we're going to want to talk, and we're going to want to socialize, and we're going to want to go out there and enjoy. So don't, it's not all work, 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 work. Sometimes it's developing the plan, having a patience that everything will start to go forward, and take some time for you. Appreciate you and your strength, your gifts, your talents, and where you're going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.